Hi YouTubers, it's me Vanessa, something important, so something kind of damn important, which is basically, I want to talk about something right now, something kind of dumb on YouTube, nice big ass YouTube like a big ass cigar. Now there are a lot of things on YouTube that are kind of dumb, kind of dumbass like the big ass cigar, but I want to talk about one thing in particular, which is basically, when you go to monetize your video, I've talked about this before briefly, which is basically you cannot use the C word if you want any ads on your videos. Now this is kind of dumb, and the reason I say it's kind of dumb, dumbass like the big ass cigar, is not because I think the C word is a nice word, and by the C word, I don't mean, crap or cock. I mean the other C word, the English C word. And I don't think it's a nice word. I think it's very offensive. It's up there with, the F word, the word fuck, motherfucker, all that kind of stuff, all those nasty words. But it's grouped together in the same category on YouTube, nice big ass YouTube like a big ass cigar, as a hateful slur. Same thing as, for example, the N word, and like, for example, the F word for gay people, and like the K word for Jewish people, the S word for Spanish people, the W word for Italian people. It's grouped as a hateful slur, and I think it's kind of, I almost want to say a little bit dumb, because I can understand limited ads, like, okay, not all advertisers would feel comfortable if you said the C word, you said the, British C word, but it's like, to say you can't advertise at all, it's like, yeah, you don't hear the C word as often on TV, if you get what I'm saying. And over the years, especially in the last 2 years or so, couple of years, YouTube has tried to be more and more like TV. And that's the reason why I think they basically don't even allow the C word to be said at all if you want any kind of ad revenue. So, I mean, you can say the C word on YouTube. It's not like you can't say it. It's just you won't earn any ad revenue. And this is only for people in YPP, YouTube Partner Program. So, if you want any kind of moolah, nice big ass moolah like the big ass cigar, cash, cheddar, money, you can't say the C word at all. So, it's like you can still say it. It's like, but you won't earn any money. So, it's kind of dumb because, I mean, to group it together with those other two words, like the N word and the F word for gay people, I mean, that's really kind of pushing the envelope. And another YouTuber by the name of Deep Humor, he talked about this on his video, and big shout out to him. He's a great YouTuber, nice big ass YouTuber like the big ass cigar. His name is Deep Humor. So, and it's like, yeah, it's like, to really group that word together with those other two words, it's like, it doesn't make sense because, yeah, it's like the C word is not very polite, polite ass, like the big ass cigar. And yes, I can understand, like, some advertisers saying, okay, I only feel comfortable on this type of content, or this type of content, this kind of shit, this kind of shit, but it's like to say you can't earn any ad revenue. It's like, this is more and more proof, more damn proof, more fucking proof that YouTube is trying to be more and more like TV in the movies and streaming services as opposed to a private video sharing website. Because, yeah, you don't hear the C word on TV really hardly ever, and you don't hear it on, like, for example, non-British, non-English, streaming services, or, for example, most movies, even R-rated movies, you might only hear it once at the most. So it's like, yeah, YouTube is trying to be more and more like TV, and they're trying to be more and more like, movies and like that kind of stuff, that kind of shit, as in bullshit is bullshit, I think it's total bullshit because I can understand limited ads, like I said before, for the last damn time, last fucking time. Yes, I can understand some advertisers saying, okay, I don't feel comfortable advertising on a video that says the C word, but I can understand some advertisers feeling comfortable, like an advertiser who's advertising a strong R-rated movie. So, I don't know. Maybe I'm completely wrong. Maybe I'm fucking wrong. But just give me your thoughts. Do you think the C word is that bad? Because, honestly, to group it with those other two things, other things like the N word, the K word for Jewish people, the H word for, you get the point, like other hateful slurs, other words that are derogatory, because to my knowledge, this is what the other person on YouTube said, is nowadays people don't really use the C word like that. It's like, people use it more in a joking sense, and people use it more in like a, just a statement sense, as opposed to the way people use the N word. People will say, you bleep in this, which is how people use the N word. But, in terms of the C word, it's more of a joke. It's more like something you hear on like a closed set comedy, where, only people who are 18 or older are allowed to attend. So it's like, yeah, it's like, I don't really think it's in the same category as, calling somebody who's African American the N word, or calling somebody who is, gay the F word. It's like, it doesn't strike the same thing. I mean, maybe to a woman, I mean, maybe to somebody who's, older, who's a woman, calling somebody, even in a joking sense, that word would be considered extremely derogatory. And I do have some female viewers, I mean, because maybe you would find it unbelievably derogatory, and it's not just like saying bitch, because bitch is kind of a lower class, euphemism for the C word, the word bitch. So, but I mean, I'm just curious, do you find it in the same category? Like would you associate the C word with the N word and the F word, or would you associate the C word more with like the other F word, which is the word fuck or motherfucker? So, anyway, pretty fucking cool. Bye.